Video streaming services provided by ToastNet.
And now, an NBC 24 exclusive, the Lake Erie UFO phenomenon. Recent sightings of unidentified objects have sparked new interest in the subject. We launched a probe into the area's close encounters. But whether you're a skeptic or a sworn believer, you'll want to see what we found. NBC 24's Rob Packard has the story.
Strange-looking object recently caught on tape.
It's very strange. It almost looks kind of like a cylinder at one point, and as it moves, it's moving kind of at a steady pace, and it almost looks like it changes shape of some kind.
UFOs reported over Ohio's north coast.
It's a hot spot. Ohio, all of Ohio.
It's this very odd-shaped, almost like boomerang-shaped at first object that, from the viewpoint of the camera, then flies in front of the moon.
Tonight we have new video never seen on television until now.
It's unknown. We don't know. I mean, all we have is the video. It's definitely not anything that's a conventional aircraft.
Images that add to the mystery. Are we being visited?
Ohio has been famous for the possibility of the connection with the UFO subject from way back in the 50s.
We bring you this special radio television broadcast in order to give you the very latest information on an amazing phenomenon.
Our search for the truth landed me at the Ufology Project, a group that investigates Ohio's sightings.
This is the oldest continuously operating group that, as far as we know in the world.
Richard Lee admits most of the incidents he's checked out
They ended up being man-made and hoaxes.
are definitely of this world.
It might be atmospheric, it might be misidentified.
We're attempting to analyze it frame by frame.
But the investigators say there are incidents that still can't be explained. That famous scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind was actually inspired by an event that happened right here in Ohio. Several police officers chased after an object they could not identify. What happened April 17, 1966 is still the talk at the Portage County Sheriff's Department. Crews chased something for more than 80 miles. The officer who first encountered the object described what he saw to this ufologist.
And we usually say, how big was it at arm's length? And he said, it's like a house 50 feet over your head. That started the chase that ended up over in Pennsylvania. And they exceeded 100 miles an hour in part of the, pursuit. But they, followed it all the way over into Pennsylvania and eventually ran out of gas.
It was another sighting that looked like a movie scene that made Aaron Clark a believer.
There's this large object, bigger than a house, that had 3 rows of white lights, points of white light, and it was rotating.
2 years later, in 1988, the Coast Guard responded to a call. NBC 24 confirmed this is the report, where crews described an unidentified large object that appeared to land on the Lake Erie ice before it vanished.
Unexplained. It's like there's no definitive way to define what the phenomena was. It's just one of these mysteries.
The lake is being monitored by somebody from elsewhere, possibly.
If UFOs are watching over Lake Erie, the real mystery is why.
People think that there's underwater bases.
And so the mystery deepens along Lake Erie as the search continues in our skies. Rob Packard, NBC 24.
We have more video and more details on this area's UFO encounters online at NBC24.com. If you've seen an object you can't explain, we have a link to a group that investigates UFO sightings here in Ohio.